Got a test ride for you today, the Triumph GT Explorer 1200. Explorer is the top of the range apparently, and it's got a big beast of a 30-litre tank. Let's go see how Triumph's flagship goes, shall we? Immediately, this bike looks huge. It actually feels like, looks like, I should say, it's going to handle like the Tenere 1200 of old test rode way back in the day. But surprisingly nimble for a big bike. You do notice the weight, 30 litres when you're at a stop, the old cliche of it feels light once you're moving, but it really does. I mean, most bikes are a bit like that. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and come along for the ride with me.
Alrighty, adventure addicts, this is the Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. This is the Mac Daddy of the GT range, top of the line, and it is differentiated from the other models by the big beast of a tank, the 30 litres. It also comes with a 1918 wheel setup, so that is telling you this is an adventure tourer, not a hardcore off-road adventure bike. You can see that shaft drive, which is a massive plus if you're doing adventure touring, as well as that semi-active suspension there. So yes, it has electronic suspension, a slipper assisted clutch that you can see there as well. We're looking at a 1200cc triple with 130 newton meters of torque and 148 horsepower. It is a glorious motor, I can tell you. It also has M4 Brembo brakes, twin discs up front. Those brakes are fantastic. She's a big old girl with a hefty price tag of $32,600 Australian right away, and it comes with a hefty weight as well at 255 kilos. But of course, that price tag means you get absolutely all the mod cons on this bike: Bluetooth connectivity, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all the good stuff, heated seats, heated grips. You just need the GDP of a small nation to be able to afford the thing. The seat height on this bike is adjustable. It's standard 870 millimeters, but can be lowered to 850 millimeters. But it is quite a wide bike, so if you are a bit short, you might have a little bit of a struggle.
Keep using the clutch. I forget it's got a quick shifter up and down. I tell you what, you're getting spoiled really at this price range and this size of bike. It just has absolutely bloody everything. You can see here we've even got blind spot indicators up here. You can see they work pretty well. You can see that car. I couldn't see it in my mirrors, but blind spot indicator picked it up. Brakes are absolutely epic. They're all Brembos all round. It was one of the things that used to hold old adventure bikes back. Feels very, very stable. I really like how planted this bike feels, which is important because this is an adventure tourer and you're going to want to feel stable out on the highway, especially if you're in some pretty serious crosswinds, crappy weather, that kind of thing. Could do with the bars a bit higher. They look adjustable, so I would probably swing them up a bit low for me, at 182 and a bit centimeters. Full NFT screen. It's all very nice. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got all the features on this bike. You could pilot the damn thing to the moon, and it's all to be expected. This is the flagship touring motorcycle from Triumph, so you know, if it's lacking anything, it shouldn't, because it costs enough that it should have everything.
One of the things I think gets a little overlooked in a lot of reviews of these big bikes is they focus on the touring potential and they don't really think about the day-to-day livability of these bikes. And I have to say, for day-to-day riding, on my initial impressions, you feel in command, you're up high on this bike, you feel safe because of all the technology. So I would really think this would be a fantastic commuter on the days when you have to go to work instead of going camping.
Take it down a small little street. This is a good test for a big bike like this, what it's like around in the suburbs. I mean, this is going to be a little bit of your riding anyway. So it looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. I love that LED highlight. Like I said, does give the impression of a big girl because of that 30-litre tank. Full Brembos, full electronic suspension, everything shiny. And I think the thing that sets the big bikes apart with you doing the touring is obviously the shaft drive. That's just so nice to have when you're doing big trips, not having to worry about oiling and maintaining a chain.
Throttle response was relatively smooth in these low speed scenarios as well.
Turning circle, pretty good. That obviously isn't complete full lock. Admittedly a bit nervous to put this on full lock, being such a big bike and first time on it, so definitely nimble enough. These blind spot indicators, I tell you what, if I was regularly commuting like I used to on a bike, I'd be very happy to have those. Nice fireblade. You must remember, don't get the red mist. Now prepare yourself for the pettiest complaint I've got for you. I just don't like the way the indicator switch works. It's not very squishy. It's one of those hard ones, so it's not very tactile. Easily get used to it, but I just like the squishier ones better. That's a silly little thing to bitch about on such a nice bike, but there you go. That's your mic drop for the day. The indicator isn't squishy enough. Let's take it out onto the highway, see how that goes. We'll just do a quick jaunt, nothing crazy. So we're in top gear. Let's see what the roll-on's like. I'm not going to do too much because I'm already at the speed limit, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, gobs of power just waiting there. Overtaking in 6, as you can see. Piece of piss. The wind was kind of hitting me at the top of my visor. Not sure if I could get more adjustment to sort that out even more. What I will say though is I absolutely love this motor. So much character, and this one sounds beautiful. It's one of those bikes if you like a good sounding bike but you don't want to sound like a twat on the road. It's got enough of a noise to keep you happy and let you know you're riding a nice big bike with proper amounts of power without looking like a 21-year-old yobbo with straight through pipes and annoying everyone in the neighborhood, if you know what I mean. So it's a good balance, I think. I'm telling you, bloody brilliant. Let's sit behind this Navarro and behave ourselves now. Alright, we're about at the end of our ride, guys. I did want to say conveniently as we come up here, thanks to Cully's Yamaha for letting me test ride this bike. If you're in Perth, come down and check this thing out, because it is a absolute beast of an adventure tourer. It is also, I should mention, Cully's Triumph now as well, obviously.
It's no secret that I really like lightweight dual sports, but I also love complementing them with a big adventure bike like this. Something that can do big distances, load it up with luggage, put your partner on the back and just head towards the sunset. And I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed this big beast of a 1200 GT Explorer. I wasn't expecting to like it as much. It looks like a big intimidating bike. It's not really my wheelhouse, but I would encourage you to get out there and get a test ride, because it's a great alternative to a GS or maybe a Harley Davidson Road King. This has absolutely everything on it. It's a little bit different with that triple motor, and I really think it'll surprise you. So thoroughly enjoyed this ride. My only disappointment is I'm not rich enough to afford one.
One more look around. Absolutely enjoyed that ride. So that's first impressions of the Tiger 1200 Explorer. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, don't forget to stay shiny side up, and I'll see you in the next one.